Hello everyone, this is Hoda Ganji, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can create gutter and fascia profiles. So in Revit we're going to open a new family. It's going to be a profile. Because my values are in inches, I'm going to go with imperial template and I'm going to go with a profile family. Hit open. And I want to go with fractional inches. So I'm going to go with UN for units under length. I'll go with fractional inches. And let's say up to 1/8 of an inch, I'm going to have precision. Okay and okay. Usually it's better to draw 2D families in area number 1. So I'll go back here. So let's start drawing. I'm just going to go with lines. It's going to be 3 inches in here. So I'll go with 3 inches here. It's going to be the next one for 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 an inch inside here. You can type the values and put the inches symbol. All the thicknesses here are 1/8 of an inch. So you can either put 1/8 of an inch or 0.125. And I'm just going to maybe draw another line on this end, which is also going to be 4 1/4 of an inch. The rest of it I'll use offset. So I'll go with offset, and I'm going to say for the offset value is going to be 1/8 of an inch, and I can just click here and here. I need one more line to wrap this edge, and I need to trim this part, and this part. I can use also fillet, which is if I go with, if I maximize this one, if I go with another line actually and use this option, I can assign a radius of 1/8. Click here and here, click here and here, click here and here. Now this is exactly what we wanted. So I'll save this as this is a gutter profile actually. This is what it is. I'm gonna go with one backup only, and I'm gonna load this into project. Oh, there is no project open. I'll go back to the project we were working on, which is the house. If you want to see how I model this house, you can find the videos in my YouTube channel. So let's load this into project, and I'll go with roof. It seems that nothing happened, but the profile is actually in the Revit model. I'll go with a roof gutter. Right now there is actually a gutter here. If I draw, it's gonna look like this, right? But I want a different gutter, so I'll go with edit type, duplicate, and my gutter is, I guess, 3 by 4 almost, so I'm gonna name it a gutter, 3 inches by 4 inches, and okay. And for the profile, I'll select the profile that I just drew, which is the gutter profile. Material could be aluminum, that can be assigned, and okay. And it's going to be different which one you want to click on. I'll click on the one at the bottom. It also depends on where on the family you have drawn your object, right? So just to see how it works, if I move everything here to part number 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4 to this area, and now I load this back into project and override, you see that it's going to jump down. So if you have drawn it down here and you want to add a gutter, it's better to go like this, roof, gutter, and then click on the top part here. And so this actually looks better because it's going to match the top of it with the top of the roof. So I'll go with this one, and I'm going to update my family here. Maybe we have one other gutter on this other end, so I can go with architecture, roof, and gutter, draw another one in here. You can also get the gutter schedule going with view, schedules and quantities. It's on the roof, so hit R to go to the roof, roof gutter, schedule. I can get the count, type, as well as the material if you want. I can get the length of it. Hit OK. So this is our gutter schedule. Just like any other schedule, you can go with grand totals and you can get the total for the length for this gutter. If you have more than two gutters, you can sort them based on the type, and in the footer you can get the total for every type. Now let's say maybe here for the roof I have assigned the two cut plumb to be 127 millimeter. This comes from actually the inches value. So 127 millimeter is actually 5 inches. But here this is the height of the gutter is 4 inches. Let's say one thing I can do is that in the family, I can go with a reference plane. Let's say maybe I'll drop it 5 inches away. Then I want to get a dimension here, di, and maybe I can make this to be a parameter. Let's say the width always remains 3 inches. And by the way, in the units, when I added inches, I could add the symbol for inches. That would be easier. Okay, but maybe here, instead of 4 that we originally assigned, I want this to be parametric. So I can select this height and I can say this is my gutter underline height. This is the height of the gutter. And then I can go with AL, align the bottom line here, and then I can go with getting this line, assigning this value to be 1/8 of an inch. Then I can get di from here to here, and I can lock this dimension. Now let's check it. If I go with my parameters, if you click here, it's going to take you to parameters. If I say 4 inches, hit apply, the height is going to work fine. If I say 6 inches, the height is going to work fine. If I say even 4 1/4 of an inch, is going to work fine. And now let's create some options here. So I'm going to create a new type. I'm going to say this one is 3 inches by 4 inches. I'll hit OK, and I'm going to change the height to 4 inches. Apply. I'll make a new type, 3 inches, that remains fixed by 5 inches. I'll change the height to 5 inches. And I'll go with one more type, which is 3 inches by 6 inches. And I'll change this to 6 inches. Now I'm going to have 3 types. So let me load this into project, overwrite the existing version. If I click here, if I go to edit type, you see that I have got a profile 3 by 4 I can select, uh, which was what we had. If I go with 3 by 5, it's going to be more consistent with the depth. And I can now maybe rename this the same. So it's going to be gutter 3 inches by 5 inches. So now in our profile options, I gave user a bunch of options here. Now hit OK. Next, I can go to my profile. I can make a save as. It's a profile family, and I'm gonna go with the fascia profile. I'm gonna go with one backup, save. So the type is the same in both fascia and gutters. They're both profiles, even wall base and some other stuff are also the same 2D family type, which is profile. Now for this one, maybe I'll go with an L-shaped fascia, right? So how about I go back to our first type, which is 3 by 4, and say OK. And by the way, now that I renamed this, I can go to my family, and here I can edit this and I can name this to be our fascia height. OK and OK. So in the first one, what I would like to do is that I'm going to get rid of the left part, and I'm going to also get rid of this part, and I'm going to trim this edge. And everything here, I want to move it 2 inches to the left. And here at the bottom, if I move this dimension away using this little blue thing, the one at the center, there we go. Or if I type HH to hide it, I'm gonna draw one line here and I'm gonna close this end. So it's gonna be one closed loop, right? Okay, so what I have right now is a new family for my fascia. Let's say maybe 1 inch or maybe half an inch. Half an inch should be okay too. So I'm gonna grab this part and I'm gonna move it inside by half an inch. There we go. So this looks good. I'm gonna load this into project. Now same situation, I'll go with architecture. I'll go with a roof fascia. There is a fascia already in the model, which is Revit's default fascia. I'm gonna go with my own fascia flat. This one is gonna be, I guess, 4 inches by 1 inch or half an inch. So I'll go by half an inch by 4 inches, hit OK, and I can choose the fascia, this one, 3 by 4. I should go and change that name too. I'll hit OK, and I can align this here. So there are 2 things I want to do. I'll go to my fascia model. First, I'm gonna actually, can I edit this? Yes, rename this type to be half an inch by 4. And this is 4, so that's good. Then I'm gonna go with the next one and I'm gonna rename it by half an inch by 5. And I'm gonna change this to 5, which is good. And I'll go with the third one and I'm gonna rename it to half an inch by 6 inches for the height. That's one thing. Another thing is gonna consider this center reference plane as the edge of the roof, right? So I wanna grab everything, which means I can hit tab, select all the lines, and I wanna actually align this here. So this L-shaped part goes below the roof. So I'll load this into project, override existing, and I'm gonna bring my fascia back. Maybe I'll create a new one to use the one which was 5 inches. And in the profile, I'm gonna go with the option which was half an inch by 5 inches. That looks good. Now if I click here, you see that it's gonna end right here, right below the roof. Feel free if you want to grab this and move this out like this. Now, if we want to be exactly aligned with the gutter family, one other thing I can do is that actually go here, and in this family, I'm gonna get rid of this. What I would like to do here is that the offset that I have, I want to offset it towards down. So I'm gonna go with offset 1/8 of an inch towards down. So the other profile is above the line. This profile is down, so it's gonna align nicely in the model. So I'll go with trim here, trim here. And I want to get this dimension to the reference plane and lock it. Okay, now I'm going to load this to project, override existing, and this little part is now going down. So that's why it's going to exactly match with the gutter. See the other side as well. it looks all nice. I can grab it and move it outside and align it here. So on the two ends I have gutter, on the two ends I have fascia. So I'll go with my fascia again, roof, fascia, and one click here, hit escape. Either on elevation or right here, you can match it to the end, so it's gonna give you a nice finish over there. And the same way that we got the schedule for gutter, under view, schedule and quantities, and it's gonna be again a roof category. Drop down menu, you can get the fascia schedule, you can get how many you have, what type you have, and what's the length. The length shall be used for quantity takeoff and cost estimation. You can again sort it by type, and you can go with ground total so that we can get the total length from here. I'll hit OK. This is how it's gonna look like. That's it for this video. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe for more videos.